Boo. Guys, how's my mic? How's my mic? Cause there was a lot of moving around of furniture. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Mic's alright? Should I go a little louder? I see that my voice is going into the yellow part of the OBS. It is hot? The mic is hot? It's burning hot? This mic of mine burns with a with an awesome power? Sounds fine? Okay, cool. Thank you. I don't know if the ad already... Did the ad already play? I was off doing other things on the twits. I was getting a reference image, basically. The wheel of fate is turning! Although, I don't think the ad break went on, right? Otherwise I would see the little... Oh, nope, there it is. Alright, I'll see you guys after. Okay, we back. We back from the ad break, right? Oh yeah, get your stickers. Hello, Saku. Everyone, get your stickers. They're nice and hot. They're nice and fresh. They're poppin' fresh. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's say our hellos, shall we? Then we're gonna get into a quick-ish yapping stream, because I don't quite have enough energy to do a study stream today like I promised. Plus, I did some off-stream studying. You guys will be proud of me, hopefully, maybe. We'll see. But okay, Saribot, there we go. And Matthew, thank you for the 16 months! Yippee! Gorilla stream! I was watching gorilla videos yesterday. I'll tell you guys about it. I'll tell you guys about it. Gorillas are so funny. Hello, Cielo! Ohayoso! Mike's alright? Mike's hot? The wheel of fate is turning. Schnackery! Schnack, you might be able to hear him in the background. Hello, last of the Jamesians. Hello, welcome. Hello, Saku. Thanks for getting your sticker. You got your sticker. Granny Green's hot butter ice cream. Granny Cream. Dun, 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 dun. Dianork, hello. Yeah, it's a Zatsu. Wow. Schnacker's challenging me to a fight. He's so noisy. He wants attention. I think it's because he hears me streaming to you guys, talking to you guys, and he's like, "Why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you petting me?" Very vocal cat, right? Oh, there's more echo now. So first of all, let's go into the classroom, shall we? Let's get to class. There we go. Hello, everyone. We're back to live 2D. I was thinking of making a redeem where you guys can pick whether you want me to be live 2D or 3D or a PNG or a VeatoTube PNG or a PNGTuber Plus PNG. Or I have also been thinking of RahiTuber, switching over to RahiTuber, but if you'd like most people call me Jay or Jaime, my name's a mouthful. I don't mind either way, but it's also according to what you prefer. Jay or Jaime, I can call you Jay. I can call you Jay if you want. So yeah, no worries at all. I never mind when it comes to like reading long names, but now that I realize it, I do shorten Matthew's name all the time. What do you mean, last of the Jamesians? Exactly. Well, hello everyone. Hello. It's me, Babinka Bear, your local sun bear, an art history teacher, and educational streamer. And today we're just yapping because I've had to not stream for most of the week. I don't know, Matthew the Rice Seeker. And last of Jamesian's cat. That's a good point. Once you start adding like other things to the names, then it becomes a mouthful where it's like, oh, I don't know, the last of Jamesian's cat. I'm Slug. I still think of yesterday when you posted that awesome art in the Just Little Guys server, and I was like, Binka gets binked, Cielo gets slugged. Wait a minute. No, I don't want to punch the cute Cielo slug. Cat is pouting because we cut his nails. Yeah, I could definitely imagine our little cats, Schnackery and Gina, being like, I hate you! You took my weapons from me! Cielo gets slugged, Binka gets bared right in the face. Punch. You disarmed the murder bits, yeah. And no declawing, of course, because that's abuse. Declawing is like terrible, but when you just clip their nails a little bit, you can see them be like visibly annoyed. Oh yeah, so biggest update, you guys. Biggest update. So I didn't stream for most of last week other than Pentiment on Monday, which, man, what an amazing game that is. I'm so glad that we finished that. In 10 streams, I was putting together the YouTube playlist. It was a total of 10 streams. Most of them were at minimum 3 hours. The last one was like almost 5 hours. So what is that? 30, almost like 30 something hours. And we didn't even look at everything. We missed some things. So I do want to play it off stream. But this past week's been pretty busy. Mostly because I kept on mentioning like apartment construction. Long story short, we got wood flooring. We got wood floors now. We used to have carpet, but now we have wood floors. So now the apartment has a little bit more echo. and it's also a little bit colder. But it's nice. It feels like a new apartment, you know? Though the whole process of getting the wood flooring done is we basically had to like temporarily move out and move back in. They can find dropped plastic bits. That's actually really true. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, for one, you can hear Schnackery's tippy tappies a little bit more. Well, he doesn't really do tippy tappies, but when he walks, you can hear like his claws on the floor. He's not the silent killer that he wants to be, poor guy. Good morning, George. Wait a minute, it's noon now. It's good noon, George. Hello, May Shark. Hello. Wait, isn't it late for you? Yeah. Hello. Don't mind me. Have a great stream. I hope if you get rest soon, get a good rest. Cause it's 12 noon over here. I know that it's also daylight savings. So the old man, if he were to stream, it would have been 2 hours ago, but he did not stream. I think he's busy, so yeah, it's DST. I'm not here. You got it. I'm an illusion. There's totally not an adorable cookie shark in the classroom. No, not at all. May astral projecting here in her sleep. Yeah, she's got the what's it called? The what was that game I played? Hypnospace Outlaw technology, where you're surfing the net while you're sleeping, which totally doesn't cause any kind of lasting effects or anything. I want my hour back. Dude, like, what is it with, like, daylight savings? Like, I know we had this conversation in, like, Random Court and stuff, but, like, I feel like every year there's, like, legislature of, like, oh, we're gonna get rid of daylight savings time. It's not gonna be a thing anymore. And lo and behold, here it is. Being a thing, you know? Because I remember here, like, I remember voting on it. I voted on it like a couple elections back, and it's still a thing. And I keep hearing that, like, oh, it got stopped in Congress, or it got stopped in the Senate, or it got stopped somewhere. And it's like, why? Why? What reason? And, like, you know how they teach you in school, they're like, oh, daylight savings is for the farmers. It's because the farmers like it. I heard somewhere down the line that even the farmers are like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Wait, let me catch up on chat. Let's see. Oh, everyone's getting their stickers. Alpaca, hello. Welcome. Burgerland being extra. It's always extra. That's why it's Burgerland. It wouldn't be Burgerland if it weren't so extra. It's so supersized, if you will. Is it already daylight? Yeah, it's daylight savings as of today. As of 2 a.m. Last night. I always remember cousin Oscar. Silly Binka, legislation doesn't do ish. You're right. We just had a whole scheduling conflict for mount farming because the Brits don't. Oh no. I hope that figures itself out. I know this is like the worst time to like schedule things with international folks. I haven't, Cielo. I didn't want to admit it, but I haven't. I don't know. Sometimes when people like make references, I go between saying that I don't know it, but 90% of the time I'm like, yeah. I know what Saku's referencing though. Oscar. Andre. Oscar. But yeah, so daylight savings was a thing. But yeah, we got wood flooring now, but we essentially had to move out temporarily and move back in. We had to get all of the stuff off of the floors. Like everything. Like look around your respective living space right now. Everything that's on the floor, it has to go, right? We like ended up storing it in a temporary storage unit. And then, but that meant moving everything, like moving our beds, moving like our bookshelves, moving like my desk. So yeah, oh man. I just started listening to this artist because I heard them on another streamer named Midnight Sumo. Peck School recommended them. This is the first time I'm listening to this artist. I like their sound. Kind of reminds me of like 2000s, 2010s, like Utada Hikaru J-pop, you know? Namie Amuro, like those people. I did not get either of those references. The Oscar Andre is Rosa Versailles. Like the predecessor to the predecessor of like shoujo. Not even shoujo, I would say like, yeah, I guess like shoujo, right? Like Cause like Rosa Versailles, it's like iconic style. Let's see if I could like emulate it here. It's like the super shoujo eyes with like the super sparkles. Cause I would consider this like a predecessor to like Utena. Like, you know, there's like lots of sparkles and stuff here. There's lots of lines. Oh, actually no, the like there needs to be more eyelash. And then Utena I consider a predecessor to like Sailor Moon. Even though I think they actually came out around the same time. Didn't they? I'm actually starting to confuse myself. But yeah, you know, like the super duper like shoujo eyes. But yeah, Oscar and Andre are a reference to that. The cousin Oscar, I still don't know. I need to be educated with that. Good night, May Shark. Good night. Have a great stream. Oh no! She evaporated into thin air. Posted cousin Oscar in the general cat. It has to do with DST. Ooh, okay. Let me catch up on chat and then we'll take a look see. Names I recognize. Yeah, Namie Amuro, Utada Hikaru. Oscar Andre was the predecessor to Kagome. Kagome! Inuyasha! Kagome! As far as screaming names out, Utena was after Sailor Moon slightly. Yeah, wait, you're right, because the whole thing with Utena is that Ikuhara, the director Ikuhara, he wanted to make a movie essentially about Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune, like literally just those two. He wanted to make a movie, but then that actually turned more into Utena. So that's true. This is correct. Thank you, Saku. No one talks about the Roach Girl manga that the Sailor Moon mangaka made. I'm curious. I'm sure all the other Morph fans are also curious. Kagome, Inuyasha, Tetsuo, Kaneda! Okay, I want to see the... Let me see what the cousin Oscar. Oscar. Dang, this is kind of banger, this music. It's not, is it too loud? Is it like overshadowing my voice? Also, how are my levels? Like I said, I had to unpack everything. I actually couldn't tell if this was my mics or Beans's, but we have the same mic, so I don't think it's too much of a difference. But I just don't know if my gain is like good. Levels are good? Okay, cool. Thank you. Team Clopbot, let's go. Okay, cousin Oscar. Where's my projector screen? Where's my mini browser? Give me a second. Why does the thumbnail remind me of women are my favorite guy? There you go, click, click. Hey, why isn't it showing? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's take a listen. This is my cousin Oscar. I told him to wait. I read too slow. Washington is about to vote on daylight savings, and that most people would vote against it. About a week later, Oscar sent me this. That sounds a little loud. One hour! No, not in sunny Reykjavik. The fan up! It stops me from being funny in the head. Because it's making too dark. You know, the cliffhanger movies. I was talking about Hello Peck School. We were talking about and beeplebees. Not the famous beaches. We're talking about daylight savings. Cielo sent this to me. Guys, is this a day in the life of Donchi? No, isn't he Norwegian? But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Actually, Iceland is like they are what, like kind of related to Norway, right? Because I'm just going off Hitalia. Like Stallone! I never did see Stallone. Yeah, it's way more north. It's like an island, kind of like Greenland. Because I remember a fair amount of European geography because of Hitalia. Like, I know that Sweden and Norway together kind of look like a Beanitz with two heads. You ever look at it? Like, and Finland is the balls. Anyway, so let's catch up on chat. Fish-ish. Peg School, hello, you got your sticker. Hello, Bjork. Bjork is Icelandic, right? Not Greenlandic? Let's see. Fish it. Hello, beeplebees, you got your sticker. Oh yeah, so we were watching Cousin Oscar. This is a video that Cielo sent me because sorry, I knocked the mic because we were talking about daylight savings. Like, why is that still a thing? I feel like he would make a video like this, but just listing all the things we love about Randon. That should be like the next birthday project. Save your daylight for Cousin Oscar. I've actually been learning Norwegian to move there. Oh, nice. It's one of those it's Scandinavian, but like the Scandinavian languages, they're kind of sort of like in terms of like family trees of languages, they're close to English, right? Or they're like, so Western rewind. English and Dutch are very closely related on the family tree of languages, right? They're both West Germanic. And I think on the next branch over is like some of the Scandinavian languages. But that doesn't mean that if you know English, you should be able to like, you know, learn Norwegian, you know, or I don't know how much overlap there is. I'll say that much. But with Dutch, that's why there's so many memes. They're like the we have un serious problem or probleem. They're really closely related. And I think there's another language in the British Isles. I think it's like, is it Manx or something? Like the people that live on the Isle of Man. Their language is also fairly close, right? I don't know. I just really like languages. I don't always know what I'm talking about, but you know. What were we talking about before this? Before we like to Cousin Oscar? We were talking about oh yeah, so I had to like unpack everything. My well, not me personally. We actually hired movers. I'm acting like I'm so tired from moving, which I still did a lot. Beans did a lot too because he literally did a lot of the heavy lifting. But we also had movers that did like the heavy lifting. So like our desk, our tables, our bookshelves, all of that stuff. But of course we had to empty out everything. So I had to take everything out of my drawers, everything out of let's play some music. Had to empty out my drawers, had to empty out like all the books from my bookshelf, all of our TVs and stuff. We had to like move that out. So it was a whole thing. Like imagine moving because this all happened within the span of 2 days. Like Thursday, we were moving everything out and into our temporary storage unit. And then like Friday, the wood paneling happened within just like a couple hours. Like what? Like I want to say like 9 to 4 or something. Not a couple hours. It was like a work day for them. Well, shout out to the workers, you know. But then we moved everything back in Friday night and then into Saturday, which is why I couldn't stream. And then we're actually still doing a little bit of like organizing and stuff today. So I still have to organize some of my drawers because I kind of just like put things in their general areas, and I was like, I'll just organize it later. But yeah, man, it was a lot. So I'm kind of tired, but it was like, the cool thing is that now that we have wood flooring, it feels like a whole new apartment. It feels nice. I feel like Scandinavia, the more north you go, the less vowels you use. Oh, there's more like consonants and stuff. Sorry, I just heard like scratching noises. Let's see. Where did you go? So, we had wood paneling done to our apartment. So we had to move everything out and then move everything back in once the wood paneling was done. 2 days in a hotel? No, I actually, me and Beans, our bed situation is actually more like a futon. It's actually like a fold out. So, Beans' mom and brother, they just went elsewhere to like their relatives and stuff. Me and Beans stayed in the apartment with our like little fold out futon. And then in the morning before the wood paneling guys came, we just put our futon like out in the balcony. So, but for the day while they were doing wood paneling, Beans went to work and I just took the day off and I went to my parents' place. So, and I was just chilling with them. I was chilling with my siblings were or one of my siblings was at school and then the other one was at work. So I was just chatting a lot with my dad, like chatting about like cooking and stuff and how I want to like cook more Filipino food that's vegan. Because he used to be vegan. I don't know how many of you were there for that whole saga of like when I planned like a trip to the Philippines with my whole family. I had to plan around my dad being vegan because he used to be vegan. And then like a couple days before the trip, he was like, actually, I'm not vegan anymore, so don't worry about that. And I'm like, I booked the hotel because it has vegan options. But still, it's fine. He seems to be happier with he's doing keto instead, which is almost like the direct opposite of being vegan. But he says that his blood pressure has gone down a lot. Like me, he also has high blood pressure. So meat for days. Exactly. Yeah, no carbs, which like when you're vegan, carbs oh my god, if you're like me, because I'm not vegan, I'm pescatarian, but I love carbs. I just love carbs too much. And like my aunt went keto, she lost a lot of weight. My dad says that like he lost not necessarily weight, but his blood pressure got better. So I'm like, man, maybe I should do keto, but I just love rice and bread too much. Like what are you supposed to eat with your protein? Nothing? Like you know. What am I supposed to eat without my rice? And plus, like when you have day old rice, you could just make that into fried rice. Come on now. Yeah, it was pretty tiring, but this was also a really good opportunity for us to like declutter or think of things that when you pack everything that you have into boxes, it really puts into perspective how much stuff you have. Like I know that's kind of a no-brainer, but it's just it really made a difference to like be like, oh my gosh, why do I have so many clothes and so many books that I don't read? If I have to move out. Yeah, like I was thinking about that too. Like I thought about it too when the fires were happening of like, oh, if the fires were to like, I was really at no risk at any point, but like it's like, oh, what do you pack if you have to evacuate, you know? So there's that, but we've been doing a lot of like decluttering and just lessening of what we have. And it's also that I don't know if you guys have seen that meme. Hold on, let me switch back to MS Paint. I did want to make some art today. Have you guys seen that meme of like when you try to like go through all of your belongings and then you end up like wearing every single hat that you find or like playing on your like Nintendo DS that you haven't touched for like years and years? That's kind of what I felt like. What did you do with the kitty cats during renovations? They went over with Beans's relatives. I keep 2 bags by the door in case we need to run. I recommend it. Making ungax. No, that would be funny. But instead, I have a... Okay, where is... Speaking of organizing, I need to... The thing is, a lot of my sources are already organized in OBS. It's just... I guess they could be more organized and more color-coded. Let me put this right here. And there we go. I got this nifty little picture from the twits. And sometimes when I see like Sunbear like photos, I'm like, I want to put myself in there. Actually, let me put this over here. There we go. I know it's a little too zoomed out, but I'm gonna copy this. You have a bug out bag, but I realize I don't have a car and never hiked with said bag. Oh, so it's like the matter of like carrying it around with you, right? Yeah, I did have in my like mid to late 20s, I had like a whole phase where I really wanted to be very minimalist. It was like after reading a little bit of Marie Kondo's stuff, but I do have to reiterate, Marie Kondo herself is not a minimalist. She just says that if it doesn't spark joy, you gotta get rid of it, right? There are people who are like actual like minimalists that will tell you like, oh yeah, get rid of that, right? But with Marie Kondo, it's like, if you like having thousands of books, keep it. If they all spark joy, you like every single one of them, keep it, you know? Drumbavinka, she's earless. No, I have ears. Look. Oh, actually, yeah, look at this picture. The bear doesn't have ears. Uh-oh. Poor guy. I like the little teeth. The little... Can I zoom in? Can I... I want to add, like, teeth. Like, little, like, not orc tusks, but just little, like, huh? Oh yeah, and I forget that I have my own design has bottom teeth or top teeth. There we go. I like just looking like, huh? Come on, erase. There we go. But yeah, it was a good opportunity for me to be like, dang, I have so many of, you know, XYZ. I should probably like try to declutter. I have a lot of books. You know what? This is actually like happening at just the right time because I'm actually wanting to decorate my office cubicle a little bit more. It's very bare bones because I'm not always at the office. I'm like at school sites, right? But now we actually have like a good amount of staff. So I can be, you know, like in the office and I'm like, oh, I can personalize. I can personalize, right? Where's their ears? It's okay. They're in our hearts. They don't need ears. They can hear with their hearts. Where the ears go? Sunbird Chompers, teeth for ants. Exactly. Yum yum. Hello, Sation. Hello, folk. Of course it's bare bones. XYZ summons bare bones. Yeah, I had a whole... Okay, sorry. I keep on like going from topic to topic, but like I had a whole phase where I was like, I want to be like ultra minimalist. I want to just have like 20 things so that if I ever need to like get somewhere, I don't have to worry about, you know, carrying 8,000 things. And then eventually I started to trend more towards like, not necessarily maximalism, but the way I word it is like, I like a living space where you can tell that someone lives there, you know? Like if it's too, you know, if everything's just too what's the word? Like too clinical, right? Too empty, then yeah, like you don't have to worry about so many things, but where's the personality? Where's the little bit of you in your living space, you know? Bare bones, not my bare bones. I need those bones. Okay, let's keep on copying. I'm laughing at the reference picture. Oh, I need to put a little bit of... What's hard about navigating MS Paint is that usually I use my middle mouse button to like... It's like the grab tool. You can kind of like rotate... not rotate, but you can like grab a part of the canvas And I also use like the wheel mouse to scroll to like zoom in, but you can't do that on MS Paint. It's kind of hard. I'm gonna give myself a big body. Big Zodia! You get all parts of Bink Zodia and you win the game, aka school. Also the game. But yeah, I was thinking like, so what I have a lot of is art supplies. That's really convenient. What I have a lot of is art supplies that I realized that Beans' grandpa does watercolor. So I'm like, I think I should just give away the watercolor stuff to him. Dang it. Yeah, you guys lost the game. Because I was like, oh, I should keep these in case I want to do like a watercolor stream. But realistically speaking, I don't have enough. I have a pretty sizable desk, but I do share it with Beans. I just don't think it would have been possible because I would have had to had like a little water can or a little like thing to hold the water, another cup for like mixing, not mixing, but like to dry off my brush or wash my brush. Would have had to, I don't know. I feel like I would have been like accidentally tipping over water everywhere and making a mess, you know? I do like watercolor, and I have seen people that know how to do it like in really small canvases. They know how to do it like portable, you know? Oh no, a mug. A mug. But I only have like big watercolor paper. And that's kind of why I opt for stuff like Posca markers, cuz it's not, it still is a little bit of a mess, but it's not that much of a mess. Oh, now I know what I'm missing. My little cheek fluff. Man, how does Randon do this? How does Randon just do this with his mouse, you know? He kind of wild for that. He kind of sick nasty for that. Also, I miss him. Put my earrings. Okay, now this type of music is reminding me of Callie, Calliope, Maury. Like it's this like kind of rock, hip hop, traditional vibe. Dad. It's not hard to fit a small hobby kit in a plastic case. Yeah, I think that's another thing. I'm a fake deadbeat. Ain't nothing wrong with a good time, you know? She's awesome. I like her music a lot. I haven't had the time to listen to her a lot, but I just think she's neat. Okay. So now I'm gonna stop with the details, and now we're gonna, that's kind of funny zoomed out. Okay, we're just gonna make some decisions here. Maybe I should actually switch to my, I have a tablet. Maury got me into the rabbit hole. For me, it was Ina. Actually, it was Myth. Because I remember I really liked some of Gura's streams, Ame's streams, Kiara's streams. Let me get my tablet real quick. G stare. Decide watching VTubers was a better midlife crisis than buying a sports car. A little bit more affordable too, unless you really like the VTuber and you just give them gifted subs and stuff, which is it's my situation, but but no, I do like this as a hobby, you know, both being a VTuber and watching VTubers, you know. Okay, will my tablet cooperate with me? Oh, that's a lot better, actually. There we go. single strokes. We got some branches here. But yeah, so that was my week. My week was basically moving out and moving back in. All within the span of a couple of days, doing lots of organization. And then I'm actually going to continue doing that after stream today. But I'm also just down to chill, you know? I'm down to just after this, I might also just like play video games off stream. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to bring up is we finished Pentiment. So now what do we do? Now what do we do for Gaming Mondays, right? It's like, now what? I actually do have some ideas. I actually have like a list of games that I already like downloaded or bought from Steam and just kept forgetting. And then I think, was it Kuro or Toge? I forgot who recommended a game called Astrologaster to me and Owen. And it looks cool because it has like Pentiment vibes, but I think it's more about astrology. Like medieval astrology. And I think that's pretty neat. I'm in this statement and I don't like it. I never thought I'd get into VTubers. And look at my funny little Oshis. I know, it's something that like I got into it around 2020, so you know everyone was had a little bit of extra time to enjoy things back then. I am glad that you got into the community though, Alpaca, and everyone in chat really. If I could ask, not just Alpaca, but like anyone who wants to answer, like what was it that like what was the first VTuber you saw and you were like, I like this, right? Because for me, I think I like the novelty of it. I remember watching, I didn't even see Ina's debut. I think I just saw like one of her streams and I was like, ooh, this looks interesting. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna care about details. I've been doing this thing where I doodle like once per day into a little notebook of mine, and I use like pen, right? So I can't cover up my mistakes. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna, you know, be loose with it, as my art teachers would say. It doesn't have to be exact either. You could also just like, you know, have fun with it. Because that's something I also want to just improve on. It's just like being looser and not being like, oh god, I have to get that exact leaf. I have to get the exact shape, or else John Emma's Paint's gonna shoot me. He's gonna kill me. And when I have like the ballpoint pen, I do kind of just like making little like squiggles, right? And then your eye just kind of reads it as like a shape. It's all about the context. It's like, oh, if this bear is in a forest, those squiggly shapes are gonna read as like leaves, you know? Or twigs. Or branches. John MS Paint's gonna freaking kill me. I do like these, like... There we go, some... just like straight lines there. Isn't that neat? Okay, let me read what you guys are saying. Because yeah, we're talking about VTubers, right? Like, what was the first time you were like, I like this. I like this as a medium, and I like this person. Feldevec art. Yeah, I don't know if I bought it. Oh no, I got an email saying that, because it's on my wish list, I got an email saying that it's on sale. That and another game. The only art-related game I know is Passepartout. Oh, I have played Passepartout. I think I played it as one of my very first, like, gaming streams, but, or did I? I actually forgot. Because I remember after a while I started drawing, like, figural things, like little animals, and then eventually I was like, I'm just gonna do something abstract, and it made a lot of money. So I was like, dang, it's just like real life. The VTuber boom. I'm glad you like Pentiment. I'm glad I was able to recommend. Yeah, dude. Thank you for recommending that, because that's going down as like one of my favorite games like ever. I love that game so much. I love the fact that you could like role play as a character, as like a theologian, occultist, astronomer, you know. You can go into each one of my hyperfixations. But also just a lot of the commentary, a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the commentary, the whole thing with like going into religion and paganism and the relationship between the two, you know? I just like it a lot. My point and click games, I recommend anything from Amanita Design. Ooh, okay, let me... Amanita Design. Oh, this... Yeah, you know what? Did they make Machinarium? Yeah, I think this was recommended by Mega Bronson. Or maybe it was you. I forget. Calliope Morion Trash Taste. Vesper. Before him, I watched my friends who did PNGTubing. Ah. Yeah, like, I watched Myth. Hololive Myth. Like, first. Got really into them. But I wasn't, like, a serious... Like... I would catch their streams when I could, but another thing is that my computer wasn't the best back then, so it would constantly lag, like whenever I caught them live. So I would just watch the VODs. And then Council debuted, I got really into Sana and Fauna. And then when the Tempest Boys debuted, oh my god, I was like in. I was all in. It was like, I became one of those fans where it's like, I have to catch them live. I have to interact with them in chat, you know? Stuff like that. Or actually, I feel like I wasn't really too into chat until like Randon or like the later actually let me mute. Yeah, actually now that I think about it, I think I was mostly just lurking, and then like when I was in chat, it would just be like reactions, or like if people were spamming emotes, I would just spam emotes. It's stuff that like, you know, you that it wouldn't be too noticeable, especially if you're shy, you know? So when other people were saying LMFAO, I was also there being like, LMFAO! And it wasn't until, like, I think the end of, like, Vesper's run that I got more, like, into actually saying, like, certain things that would hopefully get noticed by the big guy, you know? But yeah. I found a bunch of Coronate clips from a VTubers Without Context Twitter. It spiraled from there, especially when Myth debuted. Yo, folk, I think same with me. I think I saw clips first of like either Coronate or Coco or not Sora. Who's trying to remember like the big folks. But yeah, from there when Myth debuted, I was like, oh, I like this. I like this as like a medium. Kizuna Ai, that's who I was thinking of. I think I technically was aware of Kizuna Ai before, but it didn't really click with me because of the language barrier. That's the same with me. I think that's why like Hollow English, like Myth, they came at just the right time. Because it was also the Panera Bread. It was also the pandemic. Hello, Mega Bronson. Hello. I first got recommended the Myth Girls by the algorithm a few months after they debuted. I've been hooked since then. Nice, yeah. So Mega Bronson, we're talking about VTubers. What got us hooked, right? What made us be like, yeah, I like this. Hello, Idol. Hello, I've been watching with Peck School. There's a retro game of Titanic you might like. It's called Titanic Adventure Out of Time. I'm gonna go ahead and Google that. Titanic Adventure Out of Time. Oh, this looks real crunchy. I like this. 1996 point and click. Ooh, let's go. Maybe if I play this game, it won't sync. But then that means we're not gonna get Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio? Da Vinci? And then we're not gonna get him, you know, doing stuff. Drowning in the Atlantic. Da Vinci? I think for me, I saw a lot of clips of Gura playing Papers, Please, and that was really cool. I like her. I remember she played a game where she played as a shark. I know she is a shark, but she played like a game where you can be a shark, and I remember like having a blast with that one. But then I think like her viewership like exploded. Like she got into like the millions really quickly. And I don't think that's anything against her personally, but after that I was just kind of like intimidated by like, oh man, you telling me like 2 million other people are watching right now, you know? Like I got a little intimidated, so I stopped. But I think her as a VTuber, she's really entertaining. She's really funny. But when Vesper debuted, I knew that Vesper was my new Oshi. Yeah, I caught all of the boys' debuts. And I'll be honest, like I watched like Altair, and I think it's because he was nervous, and you can kind of tell he was nervous at the time. I was like, he seems cool, but not my thing, you know? Magni debuted, and I was like, oh, I like this guy. I definitely want to like watch more of him. Axel debuted. I thought he was really funny, but I also thought like, I don't know if I'll really watch him. And then Vesper debuted, and I was like, yes, I want to catch like every single stream that I can of this guy. This guy's funny, and he has a lot of heart. I think that's what got us like. I think it's not only the humor, because there's lots of VTubers that are really funny, you know, in their own ways, and their type of humors might touch on your specific type of humor as well. But for Vesper, it's like the plastic ball story. It's like it shows like that there's another person like behind the avatar, right? That has his own like Twisty is a bestie. Aw. Hello, Twisty. Hello. Yeah, he was so cute. He was so cute in his debut, and like it was just like he's really genuine, you know. And I think that's what hooked a lot of people. It's not even just the humor, because he is funny. Like especially him and Magni, so funny together. It's like the thing of like they're really smart on their own, and then when they get together, they're like idiots. If you know, yeah, Bitterberry, the clip of him saying he doesn't want to give up VTubing led me into the rabbit hole of saying my weird cat is my Oshi. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, I think like his tenacity, you know, and like with, I'm not able to watch the boss as much anymore, but just like his tenacity during everything. And he's just really creative too. He's really creative, like with all of his bits, with come on, like Judge Magni, you know? Casper Catachini might call me Oshi. Halbernack was the first VTuber that got me to stick around because of his reactions to my pun. I knew that I must torment this man. Yeah, I feel like it wasn't until I was one of those people that was just like, oh, I only watch corpos, right? But once the graduations happened for Magni and Vesper, and I started watching two totally unrelated people, like Randon and the professor. And I started to like the whole idea of like you can banter, you can like talk with them, they'll be able to see your chat. What a concept, you know, coming from corpo VTubers. They'll see your chat and respond to it, you know? I like that. Who's Lando? Let's see. Oh yeah, you got Chistica Idol. Hello. Machinarium Botanicula. I think I bought that one too. I played half. Yeah, I remember you did like a endurance stream. Guys, did you guys see that Mega Bronson streamed a couple days ago? He streamed Balatro. It was a ball. Second chapter of a VN called Soul of Sovereignty came out recently, written and illustrated by GGDG, Cucumber Quest, Lady of the Stone, and it broke my mind. I highly recommend it if you want to read a good VN. Ooh, maybe. I haven't read visual novels in a while. I don't think that's something I can do on stream. But like, I've been wanting to. I love Umineko. I've been wanting to read what's that one? Like Fantana something. There was another one that's like just a really good visual novel. I might check that out. My SE addiction started with Vesper. My SE started the search for the rice piece. Korone Koko Peko clips were what drew me. Yeah, the clips. They do so much mileage. Clips, right? Korone and fire into water. Why? I think the one for Korone, the clip that I really like is the dinosaur baby. Dinosaur baby. And then have confidence. And then she dies. No confidence. But I really like the dinosaur baby. I think she's playing like Crash Bandicoot, and I think she sees like dinosaurs in the background of a stage. Hello, Amerleaf Avantage. Hello, you got your sticker. Manhunt, it's so good, but it nearly gave me carpal tunnel. Okay, let's Google it. Manhunt. Who doesn't love a good manhunt? Especially when it's raining, man. Vesper just like me, for real, for real. Twisty, you got your sticker. When Vesper debuted, Station turned to me and asked if he was secretly me. That's so, oh my god, that's adorable. That's so cute. Let's see, him and Magni and him and Callie and him and Crony, yeah. His like, I know that the guy has like social anxiety. I know because I too have the social anxiety. But his banter and his collabs were really good. The whole like HQ dynamic, right? The whole HQ dynamic was really good because I didn't, like I said, I Axel and Altair really cool, but they just weren't like kind of they weren't really what I was into. But their dynamic, like their like 4-man streams were so good. Like I love their dynamic so much. He's so quick with the bits. Yeah, dude. One thing with Magni is that like, and you know, everyone related. He's so quick. Like he's so quick-witted. Like the whole like what is it, like Gorilla Mane thing, like where, so the story for those who don't know is that like there was a rap stream with Magni, Vesper, Altair, Axel, and then suddenly someone joins the voice chat and they start making like gorilla noises, like hoo hoo ha, hoo hoo ha. And then Magni really quickly says like, oh, it's our manager, haha, sorry, we're live on stream right now, we're live on stream, within like a couple of seconds, right? Later on, it was revealed that that was actually another member of Tempest that hadn't debuted yet. If he accidentally said something, he might have gotten fired. Like, yeah, like, so that it was Flayon. It was Flayon accidentally, like, not accidentally, he didn't realize that they were live. And he was the one doing all those, like, gorilla noises, right? So if Magni hadn't said, like, oh, it's our manager, we're live, that could have, like, that entire, like, scenario could have gone, like, a different way, you know? So, like, quite literally, like, his quick-wittedness kind of, like, saved Flayon. That wasn't, like, a bit. That, like, actually happened. Like, it was just so organic. And I think another example of, like, how quick-witted he is, like, it's the Judge Magni, the, like, Mr. Regis, where are your legs? Like, because if you watch the clip of that whole part, it really took him just like a second to really like register the situation and come up with that joke. Like I could never. Like for one, my memory, you guys know by now, my memory recall is really bad. like I feel like I can come up with a good joke if I have like half a day to think of one, you know? I'm one of those people that like after like some banter, I'll be in the bathroom, I'll be like pooping, or I'll be like taking a shower and be like, oh, I should have responded like this. He's just a little guy. Exactly, Martin. Hello, Martin. Hello, Martin X777. I'm indie pilled now. Same. It was Lando. I was watching old people, little Vesper Magni. Probably Randon. Gojikins, hello. Ghosty, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's see, you streamed recently too. Ooh. I'm sorry, I realize I don't think, do I follow you, Amerly? There we go, dropped you a follow. Nice, nice, thanks for shouting them out. Man, look at the card games chat and gaming disco. I went crazy yesterday. I wasn't streaming though, and I wish I did. So me and Beans had to like, had to stop, what was it, on Friday, because we had to like do all of our packing stuff. But your stream, really, really nice background noise. I love watching gun D&D and it shows everyone's acting skills. Oh my god, the gun one is so goated. I wish like I could make more fan art of, or not wish, I probably could, but like in the moment, like oh my gosh, like all the scenarios were so funny. Like go get them with your little boy hands or whatever Magni said, right, to Crony. Pipe, pipe. I remember seeing the pipe, pipe, pipe. Pipe? Learning the stream stuff? Nice. Oh, Amerly, did you just get into streaming or have you been doing it for a while? This is just the first time hearing of it. So if you're still finding your footing, Godspeed, you know? I watched a lot of Watame streams back then and now I have so much VTubers and so little time. Yes! That's like the constant struggle, right? Because I want to watch my friends, I want to watch the Just Little Guys, I want to watch like other indies, right? And I want to watch the few corpos that I still watch, which is really just Battle, now that I think about it. But, you know... Which is why, like, sometimes when certain VTubers, like, go on hiatus or, like, they aren't able to stream, I'm like, this actually works in my favor, but, you know, I still do miss them. Like, this whole week that I've been doing the whole, like, moving in, moving out type of thing, I'm like, I'm kind of glad that I'm not missing out on any random streams, but I do miss the guy, you know? Same with Nimi. I'm kind of glad that both of them aren't really streaming at the moment, but it's also like, I miss them. But also this works out in my favor. We have an ad break coming up. I still got a little bit of chat messages to catch up on. But I'll put you guys in the cup corner for now. I just got some rice. I'm gonna eat it. So I'll see you guys after the ad break. You guys are watching me chew? It's kind of weird. I'm just kidding. I know, I think it's really cute when my model like shows what I'm eating. Just, oh, that's crazy. Alright, I'm still, I'm flapping. It's funny because I can see the latest messages like on the screen right now, right? But then like on my actual OBS, I'm still scrolled up to catch up on everyone's messages. So I think who came in? Dove Debug, hello. Hello, we were talking. I'm just I was drawing, and now we're just yapping. We're just yapping. I do want to keep it short because I do want to you know, continue cleaning up, and then I do want to get ramen again. Why did I say it like that? Ramen. Why did I say I want to get the ramen and the sushi? Want to get some ramen. Let's see. Accent Altair, not what I'm looking for because they're younger than us. Yeah, you can kind of tell. But like I do feel like there are probably like younger streamers that still like Rondon. Rondon. Ramen. I miss them too. It's hard being a Napling and a Randonite right now. They're both away, but for good reasons. But yeah, I feel like there are probably like younger streamers out there that, you know, they still appeal to us old folks. I'm also trying to like stop doing the whole thing of like, oh, I'm so old, blah blah blah. Because like comparatively to a lot of other VTuber fans, I do feel like I am old, right? Like I'm 34, but at the same time, I'm still young. Yeah, my back hurts a lot. Yeah, I have plantar fasciitis. Yeah, I have blood pressure problems. But like, you know, I'm not that old. Yeah, I have white hairs, but just keep on listing like things. Yeah, you know, I got an ingrown toenail, and you know, I got plantar fasciitis, and you know, I have to go to the cardiologist next week, and you know, I need like a doctor's checkup and stuff like that. But I'm still young. I'm still young. I could still learn new things. You know, I could still get back into shape. I got a whole nother like 70 something years ahead of me to do other things. You know. When is it that Tolkien started writing his, like, what is it, like, his whole thing? Lord of the Rings? See, I still have so much time to write the next Lord of the Bears. You know? Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, my memory might be failing, but I'm still young. It's still good. I thought it was general. Oh, yeah, he did. He thought it was general voice chat. That could have gone south real quick. If he so much as said, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" he was fired. It's true. That's the crazy part, is that Magni really, like, just by his quick thinking, like, saved him, you know? He might have never, like, debuted otherwise. And then we wouldn't have amazing Flay-On content. Casper's done. He's done improv? Actually, that makes a lot of sense. He's like, he would be really good on that. Yeah, Magma was made on the spot. I was in that stream. He literally, like, because it seemed like he's like, wait a minute. And then he drew it. He drew it in like less than 30 seconds. And then he made it into an asset and he pinned it on his VTuber model. All like less than 5 minutes of time, I want to say. Like, it was incredible. Bro is so quick-witted. Appreciate the follow. Of course. I look forward to watching your streams. I'm really Fanvintage. I'm still trying to work on not regretting missing out on Magni. That's understandable, right? Like the FOMO, all the memories made along the way, like all the references to things like I was just talking about Magmo, right? And you know, there are the VODs and stuff, but you know, I think you can't see the comments anymore. I don't know if you can see the chat in those videos, but I totally get it. But at the same time, you're here now. You get to make some memories with the operatives. It's nice. It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have you, like, I know I generally try to talk to everyone in chat, but like you personally, Alpaca, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have met you. But also same to everyone else in chat. I don't want you guys to be like, she only likes Alpaca and she hates all of it. No! You see, no! Dang it! No! No, no, not the teacher's pet. Dang it. I said this was only gonna be an hour stream. You guys got me yapping. You guys got me yapping. Watching him as Casper and throwing all my support. Yeah, throw that support and tomatoes at him. I also watch Shinri still. Yeah, his streams are really chill, but I feel like the only one that I really like, whenever I see him live, or whenever, the only person from Hollow Stars that like, I'll see them live and I'll be like, I want to watch right now, is usually Battle, you know? And that's nothing against any of the boys. It's just that he's the one that activates the dopamine the most. It's funny, I forgot to take a picture. I just got his Nui. I just got it like as we were like moving back in. It was like, oh, Vivinka, you got a package here, and it's Battle. It's Battle was in the package. I'll take a picture and I'll post it on my Discord. Alden learning new tech stuff. Streaming is odd to me. Yeah, it's definitely like before I started streaming as Bibinka, I did stream like 3-5 times as myself, as my flesh Sona. If that that sounds gross to say, but. And like it was cool, but like I feel like I didn't really like get used to it or like it so much until I became Bubinka. I watch Battle 2. Oh, Battle 2 is so funny too. Like both the twins, I love their dynamic. I hear Keys. She's eating Matthew. No. Hello, Owen. Hello, welcome, Sparkly Race Cat Raid. Welcome, welcome. We were just yapping. I was talking about, it's gonna sound like I moved, but I didn't move. We got wood paneling in the apartment, so I essentially had to move. Well, not just me and like, Beans' entire family had to like move out and move back in. We're talking about the game, dang it. And now we're just going through different topics because I'm catching up on chat. An audio difference? Yeah, I did have to. I actually don't know if I'm using Beans' mic or mine. So I wasn't sure. Is there an audio difference? Oh, are you talking about how like wood floors echo? Because yes. Like there's so much more of an echo now. Like I can hear conversations that are going on right outside the door. So yeah. which means they can probably hear me right now, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can also hear the cats. Yeah, I can hear the cats moving. I can hear like when their claws hit the floor, like I can hear them like walk. I can hear Schnackery come in, which is funny. Because the whole reason, okay, sorry, we're going into another tangent before I catch up on chat again. Jay's not the whole reason why cats have retractable paws and those little they're here. Cats have retractable claws and those paw pads, and dogs too. Like any animal with the paw pads is to kind of help silence their footsteps a little bit. But the retractable claws are to make sure that their footsteps are silent because they have to be silent hunters, silent killers, you know. But that does take away. I've been watching a lot of Tear Zoo, by the way. I've been watching a lot of Tear Zoo. Like one of the nerfs to having retractable claws is that when you run, you can't use your claws to dig into the dirt for more traction. But the buff is that you get you up your stealth at the loss of traction, maneuverability, and speed. Tear Zoo, I'll tell you guys about it. It's spelled like this: Tear Zoo. They basically talk about animals and species, but in gamer terms. It's like, oh, like cats spec into stealth and hunting small prey, while dogs spec into, you know, hunting big prey with like certain abilities. They have a really cool one on humans too. I just think it's neat. It's funny because the person did get like flack from like actual biologists for being like, oh, you're implying that like these creatures willfully, you know, like evolve these things. Like there's no such thing as like willful evolution. And it's like, bro, just let people have fun. Like he's talking about animals in gamer terms. He doesn't expect anyone to take it seriously. It's just a better way of explaining it. Or a better way for gamers, not better like, you know, objectively, but it's just better for like, you know, a certain audience to like understand certain concepts a little better. And I think it's entertaining, you know? Shinri and Vesper are kind of good for the streaming idea. I do like Shinri and Vesper as the old man pair, right? I also eat rice. I'm a rice seeker. She didn't forget the music this time. I know, I gave you guys some music. Aren't I such a thoughtful teacher? It's so cute how the tracking is catching her eat. Kind of want to get the Randites to support one another so it can be the Randy Squad. That'd be so cute. That counts as self-promotion. I know it's kind of like a tricky situation when it comes to like, you don't want self-promo, but you know, sometimes you want to show off your art. Oh, I forgot to say my usual like raid thing. Owen, thank you for the raid. Mechanics, welcome. If you guys have to do some post-stream care, no worries at all. We're just yapping. I might go for like another 30 minutes or so. Or 15 minutes, we'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see how long it takes for me to catch up on chat. Because I'm reading the latest messages and like the older messages at the same time. But yeah, I'm gonna lurk for a few minutes. No worries. Yeah, okay, so let's see. How much longer till Beans gets shoe privileges? Never. Well, it's also because like, do you guys notice that the shoes are kind of the most complex part of my model? Look, I'm with you guys here. You guys are walking in front of my shoes. If you look at my model, everything is like, I kind of intended for my model to be easy to draw. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. But, I kind of want it to be like a Pokemon in that way. Like, I wanted myself to be easy to draw. Also for me to just like sketch myself out, right? So that's why like I'm very round shaped. My jacket is relatively easy, you know, like there's not a lot of details other than like the sun pin. But if you look at my shoes, like, because they're literally based off Adidas. Or, oh no, should I censor that so that John Adidas doesn't come over and kill me? They're based off Adidas. They're based on Adidas. They're based on Adidas shoes. So they're like literally the most complex part of my model. Or not even complex, they're just the most like detailed. I just like Adidas. Not the Adidas. Crying on the bare Adidas when she's on ad break. No, you guys are gonna eat my shoes. I feel like for other outfits, I'm just barefoot. Get it? Barefoot. I don't know if you guys get it. But so if I were to give Beans shoes, and the thing is, IRL Beans is a shoe guy. He likes shoes. Like, he's way more interested in shoes than I am. Because as a kid, I hated shoe shopping. I would just wear whatever my mom got me, right? Actually, like, even now, I don't really like shoe shopping that much. It's just like, it fulfills the same need of getting me from point A to point B. So like my mom would just give me a whole bunch of like Adidas. I would just wear them and I'm like, oh, this is comfortable. So Beans like is like more into shoes than I am. So maybe he should get shoe privileges one of these days. But if I were to add them on his model, they would literally be the most detailed part of his model. Looks like Binka's lip syncing to the song when I was munching. Nom 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 nom. Let's see, ramen, Radun. The Kingdom of Rondon. Gotta shill Halbernacht as a fellow old. That makes you my ate? Wow, am I I'm your ate. Does that make you my ading? It's funny because when I was in the Filipino club, we had like a big little program, like a mentorship program, where your mentor would be your ate or your kuya, because ate means big sister in Tagalog, and kuya means big brother. But there's not really a word for a little sibling, so we actually had to borrow from another Filipino language. Because we use the word ading, and ading is like another Filipino language. It's like Ilocano for like little sibling. So it's just funny because it's like a mixture of different languages, right? I think there's specific words for like the youngest sibling, but not necessarily like your younger sibling. So like the youngest sibling would be your bunso. So if you're the youngest sibling in your family, you'd be the bunso. And then I think there's a word for like the eldest sibling as well. I forget what it is. Is it like pangangay or something? But yeah, I didn't even know ading was a word until, yeah, because it's not Tagalog. Well, it depends on like what your family is, right? If you're Ilocano, if you're Bisaya, if you're Tagalog. Because my mom is Bisaya, my dad is Tagalog, and I'm Filipino American. So like, I learned from were you also part of the Philam clubs? Oh my gosh, that's my whole ish. That's my whole thing. I like that was great. Like that's such a like formative time in my life, being part of the Filipino clubs in college. Mabinka with the metformin prescription and the custom foot insoles. How did you know? How did you know I just got custom foot insoles? Well, they're not custom. I just went to like a place and got like a general kind of. I got the plantar fasciitis, y'all. I know I said it like 3 times, but I got like diagnosed, and they're like, okay, we're gonna give you a shot in your foot, and then you're gonna have to like wear insoles and get special shoes that are comfier for you, and they actually work. And you're gonna have to stretch, which I haven't been doing. But yeah, that's no, it's not custom. I misspoke. It's not custom. No. I am old, but I'm still young. I'm still 30s is still young. It's still young. It's just that everyone on the internet is so much younger. Shots for our feet. Yeah, it actually like did fix the problem, but he was like, if you don't do the insoles and the stretching, you're gonna have to come back in for another shot. And it was painful, so Vivinka's still down for the youth. I am. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm still cool, aren't I? IDK if Magni has done improv, but if he hasn't, makes sense. It does, right? It does. She hates us teachers, but Idol had her mind blown when we found out we were older than Shinri. Not by much, though. How old is he? I actually don't know how old he is. I still don't have, like, a good, like... I'm pretty sure Randon is older than me, but I'm pretty sure it's only like 4 years or so. But I still don't quite have like a good grasp on like just how old he is. Let's see. Catching up. Oh, I didn't say hi to Patware. Hello, Patware. I don't know if you've already gone. But did someone say Bettel? Yeah, we were talking about Bettel earlier. I got my Bettel Nui. The Spagorty brothers. Kudo, hello. Sparkly Race Cat. Sparkly Race Cat raid. Patware has been summoned. We were talking about the game. I think I'm catching up. I sealed up the cracks between my office door and adhesive foam strips and rubber door draft stoppers, and it's kept a lot of the noise from the rest of the house. Oh, maybe I should look into that. Thank you. They're silent until they bonk their head at the door at high speed. How do you know? Yeah, no, for real. Or when they're like running around chasing each other. Yeah, old man Yowie. You gonna lurk? Yeah, no worries. Keep on chatting. She keeps reading. Infinite stream glitch. Infinite Babinka glitch. Shakes fist at shoes from texture paint. I'm sorry, Goji. I'm sorry. I just really like Adidas. I just think they're neat. Binka flexing on us, crying on the bare Ditas. You know I had to do it to him. And no shoes for Beans. Let Beans have shoes. But his model doesn't even show his feet. Like, I did not get it. Please explain. I already forgot the topic. I didn't even know adding was a word. Cause they did adding. Oh yeah. So we were talking about. Oh man, I miss those times. Doing like cultural dances, being with the community, it's stuff like that. But also, I'm too old. I know I'm still young, but I'm also too old to be in a college club. It's funny because like I still remained in that club as an alumni, and I would teach Filipino cultural dances, you know. And then like the members started telling me their ages, and I was like, okay, I don't think I should be here anymore, because it got to the point where it's like, oh, you're 10 years younger than me. I don't like. I guess, and like, you know, as a teacher, as an educator, there's nothing wrong with talking to the youth, right? But it's like, if you're, well, the thing with me too is that like I joined when I was doing my master's program, and a lot of the vast majority of people in the club are undergraduates. They're doing their bachelor's, so they're in their younger 20s. I was in my late 20s, so I had joined. So I was already older than most of the membership, but you know, I was cool with them. And then now that I like remained as an alumni, and now that like the membership is 10 years younger than me, it's like, oh, I don't like, it's not that it's weird, but I just started feeling like I don't think that this is the space for me anymore. Like, I should just, there's nothing wrong with me like staying with the community, but I should be with with the fellow alumni, if that makes sense, with the folks that are closer to my age, even though they're still younger than me. So yeah, I don't know. That was just my main thing. Like once it got to the point where like I'm teaching folks that are 10 years younger than me, that aren't like, you know, that's apart from my normal job where I'm teaching middle schoolers, then it's like, okay. It's time I take my leave. Sorry, that was really loud. I'm sorry. I just looked at my bars right now. Shots for feet. The Adidas custom insult. No, you're making fun of me. Oh, he just turned 35? Oh. That means, so I'm slightly younger than Shinri then. Are we're still talking about Shinri? I had shots in my legs. I've not had shots in the feet, but it did hurt, but the doctor was really cool. He was trying to distract me by talking to me about like, oh, so what do you do for work? And I was like, I'm an educator. I teach middle school. Like tearing up, like crying. I teach in middle school, and I just think that, oh no, my phone, I forgot. I didn't charge it. We might switch to the 3D model because I forgot to charge my phone, and the wires are all out and about. So it's okay. Beans was trying to get a charger for me, but it's okay. I personally think Randon is... Yeah, I think he's in his late 30s, right? He's in his late 30s. Because, like, around the... Before totally unrelated streamer Vesper Noir was streaming, there was, like, an old clip of him saying that he was 35. And that was, like, a couple years back, so... We're young and we're strong! I'm crying! We're just so strong! Uncle Brandon. Protect me, Mr. Pancakes. How do you do, fellow college students? I know, they're like talking about how they can't balance their 5 classes with Filipino cultural dances, and I'm like, I'm balancing it just fine. And I just have my full-time job, you know? How do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, a decade is a big difference. It's also just like, it's like low-key a little bit like cultural stuff too. Not Filipino cultural, but just like, you know, memes and stuff. They're out there doing TikTok dances. I'm still referencing Vines. It's a different culture. They're calling me cringe. And when they start calling me cringe, I have to leave the space. I can't be there anymore. I can't be there anymore. 3 Dinka Bear. Been at my retail job for 2 decades training the new employees. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Alcohol helps. Vine was superior. Just be cringe in the space. But they're so much younger than me. They're gonna judge me. See, I feel like it's a little different. It's a little different when I'm teaching middle schoolers because I can, yeah, so like with what Ghosty just said, I feel that I can definitely lean into it, right? I can lean into it more when I'm talking to the younger kiddos. I don't know. It feels different with college students. Also, hello, Hamsternator. Hello, welcome. Vine was superior. I think the fact that it's only 6 seconds, that Vine videos are only 6 seconds, it like gives you a little bit of creative challenge. Like you have 6 seconds to be funny. You have 6 seconds to like get that punchline in there, you know? And it's really iconic. It's just like, I know the typical one is road work ahead. I sure hope it does. What are my other favorite ones? I mentioned these ones before, but the Nicki Minaj one, the who am I? Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. Nicki Minaj. God, I love some of them. There's also the one where there's like 2 guys having a pillow fight, and it's like, wait, watch out for the light, and the guy just like purposefully rams his pillow into the light and breaks it. Those were so funny. Like, I just love looking at Vine compilations and thinking of the bygone days, you know, back in my day. Like, because the thing is, I'm still young. I'm still back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white shoes. Damn, Binka. Wait. Damn, Binka. Back at it again with the white Adidas. I can never get mad at whatever the youngins say because in high school, me and my pals were always quoting vines. That's how I feel too, is that like, I feel like a lot of people will rag on the youngins. What are those? These are my Crocs. Teacher, what are those? These are my Adidas. The thing with youth culture is that it's always changing, right? And like it's just like the Grandpa Simpson like thing with like, you know, I used to be with it, but they changed what it was. And now what it is scary to me. But also, like, that's just how youth culture is. Like, the only thing older than and more sure than death and taxes is the older generations ragging on the younger generations. And it will happen to you. Exactly. Exactly. You just wait until these youngins. Gen Z's already going through it. Gen Z's already like, oh, you guys remember back in my day we used to play Minecraft, not this Roblox stuff. Like, look at it. It's freaking bats. I love Halloween. I actually don't know if this is a Vine, but the Christmas one is that a Vine? Not the Merry Crimbus, because that is a Vine, but the one where it's like, wow, Christmas only a week away. I don't know what to do with this information. Wow, Christmas. Like, is that a Vine or is that just like a Twitter video or a TikTok? But there's also the Merry Crimbus, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Chrysler. Merry Christmas. These kids are ruining our internets. Oh, it's a TikTok. I see. Quimbus. Me Quimbus. But yeah, I like teenage slang. I think it's really nifty, right? You won't catch me using it as much anymore, but I as you can see, I started trending more towards words like nifty, goofy, funky, you know, neat. The kids are ruining our internet. Some of them are. Cromulent, you know. Well, that one's a Simpsons classic. Same with lousy smarch weather. Or embiggens. The something embiggens the smallest man. There you go. I've caught up to chat, everyone. I caught up to chat. We're gonna end soon, unless you guys can think of a topic, like, real quick. Unless you guys can think of a topic. I do have to organize my drawers. They're so messy. I am gonna stop raids, though. But yeah, let's see. What is game recommendations? So let's talk about what I'm gonna be streaming this week. I was making my schedule earlier. I think that'll be the last thing we'll talk about. Pentavent's done. We're done, and as much as I do want to start a new, like, long-term game, I do want to play a couple of short games first, and then we'll do another long-term game. I'm thinking maybe Digimon Cyber Sleuth will be my next long game, right? That might take, like, the entire summer, for example. So, always gotta show Project Zomboid. That one I'm still checking out. I still have to, like... I played the tutorial, and then I played my first real game, and I was like, oh, the tutorial helped me, but didn't really help me. I'm still getting my butt beat right now. Before 2 isn't stable yet. Before you can farm Huxes? Ooh. I have some games in mind, though. I'm thinking of this one game. It's called Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. That's one of them. I'm going for games that I can finish within one stream or like 1 or 2 streams. Be nice to Hux. We will. Solo Sovereignty, but I recommend for offline. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's still a couple that I want to play offline, too. So, Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, it's about driving. And you guys know how good I am at driving, so that should be fun. Hooved animals stick together. Exactly. Delicious. So, there's that. There's another one. Let me look at my list here. There was one called Overboard. It seems like it's a murder mystery, but you're the murderer. And then there's another one called The Case of the Golden Idol. It seems like a point-and-click adventure with pixel art. I might want to check that one out. And then, I forget, was it Kuro or was it Toge that recommended? It's called, like, Astrologaster? Shear the wool, or you won't be able to walk. It's true. Their fluff gets too big. You gotta shave them. Poor guys. So what else? What else? So those are some things that I've been thinking of. There's also, because you guys know I've been trying to learn Japanese. There's a game called Hiragana Forbidden Speech, and it's a game that like it lets you learn a little bit of Japanese. Highly recommend Case of the Golden Idol. I'm down. I'm really down to play that one. But I'm thinking the order might be Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, then next Monday Overboard, then the Monday after that Case of the Golden Idol, and then maybe Astrologaster. And then I'm trying to think of when to start Digimon Cyber Sleuth. I actually played it before. I completed the base game, but I never completed the DLC, which is Hacker's Memory. I do want to do that in preparation for the next Digimon story game, which I think is coming out this year, but I don't know when. So yeah. But in terms of what I'm going to be doing this week, I am tempted to do because I didn't stream that much last week, I'm so tempted to do a lot of streams this week, but I'm still deciding on it. Because I definitely want to do, I'm not going to stream Tuesday, Wednesday, because those are my break days. It's funny because I'm not going to the office on Tuesday, but I'm actually going on Monday, but I should be back before stream time. I do want to do retro games. Okay, so here's the tentative schedule for this week. Tomorrow, we're going to play Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. On Thursday, Retro Games Magic School Bus explores bugs. So hopefully beeplebees enjoys that one. Anyone else who enjoys bugs. I just want to get some retro gaming in. I want to do another Binka Teaches. It's been a while since I did an educational stream, but it's on a topic that's a little bit ambitious. It's on Gothic architecture because I'm coming off from Pentiment, right? I'm still coming off of the whole like medieval vibes, you know? So like I want to do something medieval related. So I'm thinking Gothic architecture. If not that, maybe like illuminated manuscripts. But the thing is, I don't know that much about illuminated manuscripts other than the fact that I think they're neat. It might even just be like an not impromptu, but maybe I'll just focus on a single artwork. So it'll be kind of like art appreciation, but just focusing on like a single series of images. We'll see. I do want to do something educational this week. So Saturday is still kind of up in the air because I was invited to a housewarming, but a friend said that it was canceled, but the person themselves did not message us saying that it was canceled. So I actually don't know. Illuminated manuscript hand cam. I don't know how to. I have a hand cam, but I don't know how to do illuminated manuscript. Maybe I can make art in the style of, right? The only thing is I don't have gold markers, but maybe that's something to put on the list. So Saturday's still kind of up in the air, but if I do stream that day, it'll be a morning stream with studying Japanese. Maybe an evening stream with digital art. Because I do know that you just need a good ink pen. Oh, that's true. This is true. But I do like gold in illuminated manuscripts. But that's true. I know a little bit about illuminating, but not very much. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would like to do something in that style. White and glue and gold colored foil. Yeah, I hear that gold colored foil is actually not that hard to come by. And it's edible. Do you guys know that? Gold just goes completely through your stomach. I wouldn't recommend just eating like pounds of gold and gold foil, but it is something that you could do. You've done it before? Okay. Nice. I do hear that it's a little hard to handle though because of the static, right? They used to mix their paints in shells to hold it for like dipping their quilt in. Ooh, cool. And shell, that's pretty cool. So, lastly, Saturday evening, if I do an art stream, a while back, Matthew redeemed the doodle requested a doodle of a Philippines mention emote. Oh no, low battery. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up soon. I was still kind of on the fence about it. Maybe this could be like a conversation topic for the next couple of minutes, but I was a little on the fence because like I think it would get a lot of use out of it. Because like other people could use like the Philippines it would basically be like a picture. It's kind of like Big Ham's Brazil mention emote where it's her with like the Brazilian flag in the background, but it'd be me with the Filipino flag. I even asked her for her like I asked Big Ham about it too. And she's like, oh, that'd be a cool idea. The only thing is like the Philippines does have pretty strict flag codes. And I have seen people, not online, but like in IRL, I have had friends who take that very seriously. So I don't know if like, you know, people would, if there would be any pushback from people being like, oh, she has like the Filipino flag in her emote, you know, she's profiting off of the Filipino flag, you know, is that Gucci or not? And I think I told Big Ham about it in one of her streams, and she was like, I don't really think that it would be a problem because you're not doing anything like insulting to the flag, you're just showing it, you know? So like, and she said she's never gotten any flack for like the Brazil flag in her emote. So yeah, I'm like a little bit nervous. It's only because I have encountered people like in real life that take that code really seriously. But then again, there's stuff that like there's things that people break all the time when it comes to flags that like don't get that much flack. Technically, you're not supposed to be making clothing with the American flag on it, and yet. But it's the same with like the Filipino flag. You're not supposed to be making any merch out of it. You're not supposed to be like using it as clothing, or I guess like using implies that you're using the flag itself, right? But I feel like I've seen people wear like the American flag and the Filipino flag as like a cape, especially during like, you know, like really prideful like moments, you know? Yeah, bad to keep. Yeah, exactly. So like people break flag codes all the time. But I don't know, I'm just a little paranoid, you know? I'm just a little teensy bit paranoid. So I do want to make that Philippines mention emote, but I'm still kind of chewing on it, you know? Not the flag. Not the flag. My stole during graduation was... me too! Wait, me too! No, actually, I think my stole was just the Filipino flag, but I have seen that before. I have seen people, like, be like, oh, you're not supposed to do that, but I feel like I've seen so many, like, Philam students, like, use that stole, you know? So, I don't know. Flag codes are pretty interesting in that way. You should do Philippines mention. Oh, thank you, Dove. Thank you. I think I will. Especially because, like, you know, Big Ham has the Brazil mention one. And like I said, I even asked her, like, her thoughts on it. So, let's see. And you know what? I'll make it an emote. If it gets flack, if people are, like, you know, they're saying, like, oh, that's disrespectful to the Filipino flag, then I'll take it down. But maybe I think we should just go with the route of, like, just do it. Just do it, and like, if people don't like it, they don't like it. And we'll do something about it. But from there, you know, it's whatever. So let me scroll back up, and to get details, they didn't have a magnifying glass. They'd used a flask full of water. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe ask AI about the history of calligraphy? I don't want to ask it. Oh, ask Almontes. I thought you said AI. I was like, no. I see what you're saying. Almontes, right? That'd be cool. He'd be really cool to collab with, because I feel like there's a lot of topics we could talk about. But I'm also shy. I haven't done a collab in a while. Oh, no worries, Alpaca. I think we're gonna end off soon. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. A Tripano would go, Filipino flag. No, you're so right though, because you know what's funny too is the term Pinoy used to just mean Filipino Americans. Or I think Filipinos in the diaspora, or Filipino Americans. That used to just be a Filipino American term until Filipinos that live in the Philippines started using it too. So like, not, you know, like I've seen people being like, oh, like sometimes Philams, they like plagiarize, or they overdo it on the whole culture thing, but it's like, but you took a term from us though. No, but there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Pinoy used to just be for Philams, yeah. But at least we still have the word Philams, right? Just don't let yourself get one guide on it. Oh, that's true. I would be great to collab with for illuminated manuscripts. Oh yeah, that's true. I can broach the subject for you, like the noisy git I am. I do. He has DM'd me before, so maybe I can get into contact with him. I just have to find a good time, because usually I get tired from work, so I feel like it should be like during the summer or something where I don't have too much on my plate. Play Marvel Rivals with him. He's so I love his streams. Almontes is great. SMH, they have ever been to the Philippines? Overdoing the culture is literally the culture. What an unusual stream time. Hey, Poland, I'm sorry, we're gonna end soon. Yeah, I did a guerrilla stream because I wasn't able to stream almost all of last week, but it was mostly due to like apartment construction. But I'm glad that I could still see your name in the chat, even if just for a little bit, you know? So yeah, we did do a little bit of doodling though. You guys like my MS Paint doodle? It's me in the forest. I'm naked. This is what I do when I log off stream. I just go into the forest. and I find some ants. I find some ants to dig up and just nom 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 nom. You could also have fun Fujo collab with him since he loves romance manga and manhwa. But you know what's funny is I don't like romance manga. Or anime. I'm like lame, dumb, stupid. No, I'm just kidding. It's not stupid. It's just not my cup of tea. I need some blood and gore and violence and drama. Now, I do enjoy the occasional cutesy wootsy. Like, what is it? Ore Monogatari? The one with like the big guy with the like my love story, right? That one was really cute. And one of my favorite romances. Yeah, Ore Monogatari is so cute. My other favorite romance is Arakawa Under the Bridge. Have you guys heard of that one? It's like, it's a comedy. It's first and foremost a comedy, but it is a romance too. But mostly like romance, anime, and manga, they're not usually my cup of tea. I'm just like, meh. The smile right before you invade an anthill like Attack on Titan. And the ants are like, it was at that point we knew. It was at that point that we realized. And I'm just like towering over them like, yummy ants. But okay, I think right after this bomb, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it. Let's go ahead and mosh. Let's see. What are we moshing to? I keep getting jump scared by Regloss has a new song coming out called Sakura Mirage, but it looks just like Saku's name. It looks just, I keep reading it as Sakura Mikage, and it's like, but the name of the song is Sakura Mirage, and it's, oh, when is that revealing? Oh, I think that's revealing soon. Oh no, it already came out. Oh, okay. It already came out. So we're not gonna mosh to that unless you guys want to. Ooh, I kind of want to listen to Lady Gaga's Abracadabra for like the 50th time in a row. You guys want to do that? It's on Saturday Night Live. It's on Saturday Night Live. Abracadabra, abra, unanya. Abracadabra. Sakura Milage. Okay, let's come on. Let's take out MS Paint. There we go. Alright guys, it's time to mosh. When you guys hear the music, go ahead and I know it's Lady Gaga's not exactly moshing music, but it is fun. So once you hear the music, go ahead and spam your favorite emotes. I'm gonna make your stream avatars fight each other, and then we'll raid out. Alright. Abracadabra. No, not the ads. No! Dang it. There we go. Open up the pit. Ding 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 ding. Bum bum bum. Did you guys see the Bob's Burger animation of them doing this dance? Also, the dance moves are amazing. I haven't seen this video yet, but like in the music video, so good. Yeah, I'm so nice. Go the dark moonlight. Okay, get to motion. In the game of life. The game. Ooh-ga-ga. Abracadabra, unana. In a time. Bike riding. No worries, no worries. Don't get into an accident, but you won the mosh pit. You won the mosh pit. You won round 2. Good job. Be safe and get those gains. Or not gains. Get that cardio. Okay. So yeah, we can. The only thing is, Is Big Ham ending anytime soon? Oh no, she's playing Minecraft. Like, should we? Yeah, let's raid into my VTuber mama, shall we? I love that stinger. I love this ending stream. Screen. There we go. We're gonna raid into Big Ham. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow night. I'm gonna see if I can get back home from work in time, but we're gonna play some video games. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. I miss streaming with you guys. I missed you guys. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start the raid. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye.